last 20 years, I've treated thousands of people with dementia and the families who love them. And there's a pattern I often see. Caregivers make simple and accidental mistakes that hurt their loved ones and make their own experiences with dementia care even harder. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the single most important principles to know as a dementia caregiver. Hi, for those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Sinclair. I'm a neuropsychologist, dementia care specialist, and founder of the Confident Caregiver Academy. Let's jump on in. What doesn't work and why most care partners get stuck. Let's start with what I see not working because caregivers often try this first. Caregivers often reason, explain, correct their loved ones, or say things like, remember, I just told you XYZ. It's not that these are bad instincts, it's that dementia changes the brain systems that make these strategies effective. So caregivers push harder and your loved ones with dementia pushes right back. And what looks like resistance and stubbornness from them is actually their brain overloaded because their systems that receive that type of strategy is no longer online. Take, for example, one of our own community members, Brian. Brian sent in this inquiry. I have a cabin and my girlfriend has Alzheimer's. She's 56, diagnosed 2 years ago. Lately, she's been insisting that she's been to my cabin way more than me. So I say, no, you couldn't have. I bought it and you only come here when we come together. She will insist, no, she's been here many times more and even without me. And I keep saying, no, we come together. You've never been here without me. So Dr. Sinclair, how would I respond to that? I can't imagine what else I can say. Here, care partners, Brian is explaining and giving reasons to his girlfriend as to why she couldn't have been at the cabin here without him. But as you're seeing here, care partners, as Brian pushes with reasoning and explaining and correcting, she is pushing right back. And that's because dementia doesn't only affect memory. It's not that she's only forgetting what he says. It's because dementia also affects the temporal lobes, which help decode what you're saying and even the tone of your voice. Dementia also affects your frontal lobes, which support reasoning or thinking abilities, the ability for her to consider what Brian is actually saying. Dementia also affects the amygdala. Our amygdala, care partner, scans for threat and emotional danger, even emotional danger in your tone of voice. Dementia also affects the insula, which amplifies internal distress and discomfort. So as you can see, care partners, there are a number of systems that are starting to fail your person with dementia. So as you are explaining and reasoning and correcting, their brains can no longer receive that. After working with thousands of people with dementia and the families who love them, here are the 5 principles that you need to keep in mind. Principle number 1, safety comes before understanding. As we've discussed, care partners, the dementia brain does not prioritize logic, the reasons that you give, the explanations that you give. That is no longer a priority. Safety, emotional safety is a priority for the dementia-affected brain. So caregivers who get traction focus on the tone of their voice in which they're speaking. They focus on the pace, so making sure they slow their words down, so allowing their person with dementia to continue to stay with them. They also focus on nonverbal, so your body language is going to matter now. As well, they focus on having a supportive emotional presence. So they focus on connecting with their loved ones with dementia instead of correcting them, okay? So it's going to be your tone of voice, your pace at which you're speaking, the nonverbals that you're sending. Are you crossing your arms or are you having a more open language? And are you practicing connection over correction? Let's look at an example, the impact of your tone and body language, etc. So let's say that your mom has come to you this week for the 10th time saying that her purse has been stolen. It is the 10th time. You are starting to lose your patience. And so even though your words may be okay, if the tone and the body language is off, their dementia-affected brain is going to pick up on that first, and it's going to activate their amygdala, and it's just going to be conflict, okay? Here's an example of what I mean. Mom comes to you, purse is missing for the 10th time, and you say something like, your purse is missing again? Versus, your purse is missing again? Right? Notice what happened there with my tone. When I had a more gruff tone, my face also matched my tone, right? It's something that happens automatically. We don't even realize what our face is doing, but it's going to reveal the frustrations that we have. It comes out in our tone of voice, and it also comes out in our affect. Versus when we say, your purse is missing again, right? It's a gentler tone. It's a bit higher pitched, but my face also changes. It changes such that I'm showing concern, right? Again, something that sort of automatically shifts when I shift my tone. So that's an example of principle number one, care partner, where you want to bring emotional safety to the conversation. That's going to make you more successful with your person with dementia. If this is helpful, care partners, if this is something that you can actually use in your day-to-day, then please go ahead and like and subscribe. My aim is to make your journey a little bit better in any way that I can. So if I'm doing that, then please let me know by liking and subscribing to this channel and also sharing it with other care partners who may need this information as well. Now let's move on to the second principle. Principle number two, expanding upon connection first. So care partners who are most successful recognize that they have to choose the connection over correction. They have to choose to partner with their person with dementia, which is exactly why I call you care partners. So they recognize that they have to suspend their agenda and partner with their loved one's agenda. What do I mean by that? I'll give you an example to highlight this concept. I'm working with a new client and she is trying to get her father to move closer to where she is. Her father is getting older, he's falling, and she needs him to be closer so that she can help to take care of him and also to take some of the burden off her mother, who's also aged and is fragile as well. The first thing that I help to highlight to her is she has to partner with her person with dementia. She has to partner with her dad, and he has to feel that connection from her. The way to do that is to recognize what is your agenda in a conversation and what is his agenda. When she's on the phone telling her dad he needs to move closer to where she is, her agenda is to get him to move. It's to get him to safety. These are all well intentions, right? She's trying to help her dad and mom as well. So she has great intentions, but her agenda is her agenda. He doesn't want to move. He has a lot of reasons why he doesn't want to move, and she's not really hearing them out. Instead, every opportunity she has on a call, she's trying to push her agenda. Dad, you need to move. So what she's learning is to partner with dad. So the next time she's on a call inquiring about how he's doing, when he says, oh, I've had another fall, instead of using that opportunity as, Dad, that's why you have to move here. I have to help you. You could end up in the hospital. All the reasons, all the explanations, all the logic, right, that the dementia brain can no longer process. You're understanding, right, care partners? She's not going to lead with that anymore. She's going to say, oh my gosh, another fall? What happened? Right? She's now inquiring about what happened. Let's see if he's a good historian, if he's able to tell her, which usually he can still do. But she's inquiring what happened, and she's having him start to talk about how hard that is for him, how scary it is when he falls. She's having him starting to argue for her all the reasons that he should move out there, but she's not going to lead with that. Instead, it's just going to be concern. Tell me about what happened. That must have been so scary for you. That is validating their emotion, care partner. When someone has a fall, that's scary or it's painful. So you're validating the emotion. You're asking them what happened, validating the emotion, offering reassurance. That makes sense. That would be scary for you, Dad. If I took a fall like that, I'd be scared too. How did you navigate it? What helped, right? Now we're tapping into, is he able to understand that he's needing support? Is he able to even go there still? Does he still have that capability? The only way to find out is to ask him these questions. So we're not leading with our agenda. We are leading with what's important to him. We're going to take more of an in-depth inquiry. Dad, when we've talked about you moving out here before, you've not wanted to, even though you're having these scary falls. Tell me why. Now he's going to start to say, well, my friends are here, or I love going to the store on the corner. He's going to give some reason that's not important for his safety, but that's okay. It's important to him, and so we're going to validate that, Dad. I've been here for so long. I have my friends here. That makes a lot of sense. That feels really scary to pick up and move again, Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm validating why it makes sense to him, even if it's not logical and even if that's not the best choice. We are validating our person with dementia. The more you plant those seeds, the more they will sprout. The more they feel like you understand them and you're partnering with them, that's when they're going to be more open to hearing what you have to say. And this is not going to be one conversation. It's going to be 5 or 10 conversations like this of you validating them. You're suspending your agenda and leading with what's important to them. The more you do that, over time, what you're going to see is that they're feeling supported and connected. So they're going to be more apt to listen to you. And when they're more apt to listen to you, then they're going to take your suggestions easier. Okay, partners, now, this is an important strategy. There are a lot of steps that have to go into it, but I want to give you the principle so that for those of you who are starting off, just practicing even validating an emotion instead of correcting them. Just practice that, and that will get you pretty far. Now on to principle number 3. Principle number 3, fewer words, more success. The caregivers who struggle the least don't over-explain. They recognize that part of their person with dementia's brain is the weakest. Instead, they use short, clear sentences, especially with long pauses so that their person with dementia can keep up with them. They offer choices, usually only 2, so that they don't overwhelm their brain. They also reduce background noise because having background noise going on as you're trying to talk to your person with dementia is very overwhelming for their brain. And they also use visuals as much as possible. So here's an example, care partner. Let's say that you are making breakfast for your spouse with dementia and you want to give them some choices. We are going to use short phrases. Would you like cereal or oatmeal for breakfast? Right? And notice what I did here. I held up the 2 choices. So I'm giving only 2 choices and I'm offering a visual. All of that together helps their brain to be more successful. Short phrases, long pauses. We're going to reduce background noise so that they're not overwhelmed. We're going to pair visuals. Would you like the oatmeal or cereal? Would you like the red shirt or the white shirt? Would you like the khaki pants or the jeans? We're not going to overwhelm them with too many choices and with a long abstract sentence like, what would you like to wear? That sounds like a simple sentence for your brain and for my brain, but that's a big sentence for a dementia-affected brain. So instead, we just want to give the choices. Instead of what would you like to wear, it's red shirt or white shirt. Instead of what would you like for breakfast, it's eggs and cereal. And now on to principle number 4, emotional regulation is contagious. One of the strongest patterns that I see that makes care partners most successful is learning the tools to help regulate themselves. Something that you're probably starting to notice as a caregiver is maybe you're feeling a little bit more anxious. You're up at night worrying about your person with dementia. It's impacting your mood around your friends, around work, around hobbies. A lot of you are like, what hobbies, Dr. Sinclair? I just don't have time for that anymore. So care partners, it's important to recognize that being a caregiver is indeed going to impact your emotional and physical well-being as well. And so the most successful caregivers are the ones who recognize that and reach out for the tools and the skills to help regulate themselves. It's not going to be immediately, it's not perfectly, but consistently taking care of yourself, care partners, is what's key. A dysregulated nervous system cannot calm another dysregulated nervous system. And if you're interested in acquiring those tools and learning how to do that better, care partners, then linked below is more information about the Confident Caregiver Academy. Also below is a free guide, the Dementia Care Starter Kit. Go ahead and check that out. The Starter Kit walks you through what's happening in a dementia-affected brain, why is logic failing, why is communication failing, and what to do about it. So go ahead and grab that information below and check out the next video. I'll see you over there. Bye.